officially been over 14 hours since I stepped foot in that theater last night, and I'm very much still processing what the hell I just witnessed! I had such a spectacular time with this movie, possibly even making it one of my favorite Spider-Man films of all time, period. Going into this movie, I expected it to be emotional, considering the events in No Way Home, but what surprised me the most is how much I enjoyed every single part of this movie. It wasn't just an emotional and heavy movie, it wasn't just an action movie where you see Spider-Man fighting Hulk. No, it was a genuinely fun, tear-jerking, crazy experience that makes it like the perfect Spider-Man film and everything you would want to see in a Spidey film. One of the biggest challenges this movie had to face was following it up after No Way Home. How are you supposed to write a story about a person nobody in the universe remembers, but still connect it back to the characters we know and love and have that like emotional feel? And to my surprise, they handled that extraordinarily well. We see in the movie that instead of trying to reconnect us with the same characters we know and love with the same memories of Peter Parker, they take an entirely different view on the situation and just adapt it perfectly to how Peter Parker should act. Instead of focusing on recovering the bonds of Peter's old life, it's a continuation of Peter's story and making it feel like a natural next chapter. One of my favorite things about this movie is that it doesn't make it easy for Peter. We see how he's living now with his new life and how he has to adapt. It constantly keeps beating down on Peter. No matter what, no matter what's happening, the next thing that's gonna happen is just gonna keep going down on Peter. It never lets him catch a break. And that's the true nature of Spider-Man. No matter what happens, no matter what you're gonna do, you have to keep getting up. And that's exactly what Spider-Man should do. So that's why Peter Parker's my goal. That's my goal, bro. That's my goal. I think the emotional moments are what stood out the most in the movie because it genuinely makes you feel the weight that Peter is carrying. And the best part about it is none of it actually feels forced. You genuinely care and feel what Peter is feeling. I also need to speak about how good this movie looks. Every single scene, every action scene, every swinging scene, the way it was filmed, just straight beautiful. You look at the scene on this, like the skin on the suit, just oh my goodness. I already knew when the set photos leaked of Peter Parker actually swinging with practical effects, using actual rope to swing across New York City, I knew this was going to be a banger. Every fight felt so creative, every move felt so intentional. It feels like Peter Parker would actually come up with these moves. And even with his quips during action, this is Peter Parker, this is my Spidey. Not to mention, they actually gave Tom Holland that New York accent that Spider-Man has. That's the cherry on top of everything. If I had one criticism for this film, it would definitely be about the trailers and marketing. Throughout this film, there was so many good, crazy scenes, but it wasn't hitting as hard in the theater as it would have if we didn't already know what was happening. Going into this movie, we already seen a lot of what it looks like in the fights and the characters that we were going to be introduced to, and I think they could have kept a lot of that under wraps and just could have made the whole experience a lot better. I want to talk about my GOAT Jon Bernthal's performance as the Punisher in this movie. Frank Castle does such a good way with working with Spider-Man. Their chemistry has easily made this probably the best Spidey team-up we've seen in live action. After seeing this film, I'm so excited for the new possibilities and superhero team-ups that we can see team up with Spidey. But to say the least, I'm so excited to see the Punisher and Spidey get back on the big screen. Although it was only last night I seen the movie, I want to see that again and again and again, because those are my two GOATs. And considering the new developments that occurred in this movie, I'm so excited for the future to see what Marvel has in store and the possible theories we can now theorize on. Just from last night, the amount of theories I've already heard and the theories I've already created myself, I'm just so excited to learn more about what the community has to think about this movie and what everybody else has to say. Overall, I loved Spider-Man Brand New Day. It's emotional, it's exciting, it's fun, but most importantly, it understands what Peter Parker means now and what he has to go through. After seeing everything he's been through and all the things he had to face in this movie, it's like everything you would want to see in a Spidey film. For me, I'm going to give Spider-Man Brand New Day a 9.3 out of 10.